I'm out here at Eagle Creek. I did get some oysters. Now it's time for me to do a video of harvest, cook, and eat to do with steamer clams. Anyway, I'll set the bucket down. You want to start off by looking for a bunch of little clam holes, and hopefully I found an area. And you give it a scratch. So if I can get this into the film right, you just scratch the surface. See if you can bring up some steamer clams. They're only going to be about 1.5 to 2 inches deep. So I don't see any of size yet. They're tiny. So anyway, I'll rebury the hole and I'll move on if I can't find anything here. Actually found a couple. These are steamer clams. That's the size they have to fit, or can't fit through, I should say. That's 1.5 inches. And these, if I wash them up, are known as Manila clams. They'll have patterns on them if they're cleaner. These are a little bit older. Scratch away. Trying to film and do this with a chest mount. I have my tripod up at the car. Yeah, I'll just hold it for a second here. So there's varnish clams in here. These you could count as part of your limit. You know, it's 40 clams or 10 pounds, whatever comes first. I've tasted them. They're not bad. But to me, they're between an oyster and a clam. So anyway, I've tasted them, and the texture's like an oyster. And then, but yet they're called a varnish. When there's biotoxin when that biotoxin hotline says, you know, like butter clams are closed, these guys, I guess, as people have told me, I don't know for sure by research, but they've told me these retain them too, so they can stay. You'll see here where there's a rounded puddle of water. Someone dug going that way and left their hole. Yeah, they filled it in somewhat, but I'm going to try this edge here just to see if they left me anything. Setting this down. Okay, let's see here. Try and do this again where I can film you or get filmed. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of small ones in here. Oh, that's better. See, just like that, that little bit of raking brought up. Oh, there's 10 right here. So I'm not going to keep filming. I'm just going to rake an area and then I'll show you what I've got for a pile. Keeper. Not a keeper. 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 Not a keeper. Anyway, I'm going to move again. I did a scratch here and got a nice size one with one quick scratch. Another one. Another one. Well, we're into bigger ones here. And that's just barely a scratch. I've got 6 sitting here that are all keepers, I'm sure. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Well, this will be quick and easy. Oh, yeah. Alright, I don't have to bore you with getting all 40 of mine, so I'll get back to you when it's time to look at them. Well, it took me a little longer. That first little bit that I did was pretty damn good. I'm starting to see other clams here that could be measurable, but I got all 40. Just got to push them into the sand a little bit to keep the birds off of them. You don't see that. And got the hole pretty well filled in. Just, there's so many of them that are small, you want to give them a chance just by kind of tapping them into the sand. So there's my 40. I will get back to you when they're cleaned up and I can get a better view of them. I also give these clams a good washing, and sometimes there's dead clams in there, so I'll make sure I have my full 40. I've gotten home before with some dead clams. Anyway, that's kind of what they look like. They have their patterns about them, known as manila clams. There you go. Just want to show you, this is what I use to go to certain beaches. Shows their openings and closures for oysters, mussels, clams, and I also use the Dots Tide Table book. Those are my two tools that I use to go clam digging with. For these steamer clams, first thing I got to do to show you some of the ways I cook them is to steam them open. I'm actually going to do a couple different ways. We'll see how it goes, and that's why I'm not mentioning them yet. They may not go. Anyway, manila clams don't need to sit in water for very long. They'll spit the sand out, they'll stay clean, and they're ready to eat. There's no sand in there, just debris. I'm going to use some of the water to help steam them. I usually just steam them until they pop open, and then they'll be cooked enough for the next step. Heating up some butter and garlic, and then in this bag I have some lemon juice that I brought. There you are, steamy. Butter's done too. Just keep moving it around. The garlic bits are in there. After they're all steamed, I separate the clams from the shells. Some of them have already separated from the shells. That's always easy. Of the 40 clams, this one did not open. There's a chance there's nothing in there. I'll hold it over the picnic table here to look. Nothing. So 39 clams. That's just as I said, some are full of sand. But that's why I pre-shake them around at the beach so I can make sure I got a full 40. This one just didn't pop open. Pour a little bit of lemon juice in there to give it some flavor. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to put just an amount. I'm going to grab a little handful because I'm doing several things with this. That's good enough. So this is lemon juice, garlic, and butter, and that's how I'm going to eat the first bit. There's just steamed clams with that stuff in it. Okay, I've had these before. I know they're going to taste good. But here you go. That's manila clams in lemon juice, butter, and garlic. Here we go. Pretty darn good. The only thing I could say different is a little less lemon juice. You see me pour it in, so that was just a guess. But oh yeah, these are pretty good. I've chunked up some bacon. I have potatoes, celery, and onion, and I'm making a clam chowder. So those are the first ingredients I'm going to be adding. I also added water. And I have some salt and pepper. I'm going to take some pinches of it, put it in there. Okay. And then down in there is the steamer clams. I'm going to add to the rest of my steamer clams. That's going to be my steamer clam chowder. While it's heating up, I'm going to be chunking up a few of the steamer clams so they're not all whole. Should have done that first, but I'll have some whole ones in there also, but that'll help with flavor. That's better. That's getting cooked down too. That's a chunkier bacon. You also add butter. Forgot that one. And I've got some garlic I can add too. This time I'm not going to add a bunch of garlic. I don't have a hot pot holder. I can add this. Yes, I'm adding the fat. There it is. after you add all the ingredients is you just have to bring it to a boil and get the potatoes, onion, and celery to cook down. I added the bacon and the fat grease. I don't add all of it normally when I'm making clam chowder, but there wasn't a bunch in that stuff. The amount of ingredients that you're going to add that I showed you for your clam chowder is up to you for taste and amount of victuals. I'm doing it camp style, so it's very, very little in a pan. So I might be too much of one and not enough of the other. Okay, it's pretty well done. I'm going to shake an amount of evaporated milk. There, let's see here. Is that better? I thought it was steamy. Anyway, clam chowder, I put an amount of evaporated milk that helps cool it down. I'll stir it in and let it cool off, and then I get back to you with the taste test. From the pan to the bowl. Today I've been doing catch, cook, and eat, harvest, cook, and eat stuff. So oysters and clams, I'm getting my fill. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna take a taste of this clam chowder. Get some clam in there and some of that bacon and onion and potato, celery. Here we go. You know what? For camp food, that's pretty good. Of course, you gotta have crackers, like I was showing in the oyster video. Put some crackers in there, let it soak up some stuff. Okay, here we go. It's gonna taste like crackers. Not bad. Well, that wraps up my clam harvest, cook, and eat episode. If you like this video, press like, and if you want to see more of my types of videos, hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm asking because it'll go a long ways to me helping me make more videos. Thank you for watching. It's a nice day, but we're gonna have rain tomorrow.